presence is. It is a show that has found itself in the center of controversy. Leila, the new Netflix show about the dystopian world starring Huma Qureshi, based on a novel by Prayaag Akbar, is a very, very brave one. Leila is a show about Shalini, played by Huma Qureshi, who's married to a Muslim man played by Rahul Khanna, and they live in the state of Aryavarta. Now we see Aryavarta, which is a state where people don't have clean water, people are fighting for clean air, and we see Shalini in her little bubble of a rich world in a pool with her child, throwing water around, not caring. What comes next are the Aryavarta guards who enter the house, murder her husband, take her child away, and put her in a purity camp. Shalini is taken in for being married to a Muslim man, giving birth to a mixed child that is not considered pure in the state of Aryavarta. Suddenly, her privilege falls out of her fingers like sand. She doesn't know anymore who she is. She's made to forget her dreams and hopes and aspirations. She's a half-human who has no life. All she has to do now is prove her purity and prove her sincerity to the state of Aryavarta. First, Huma Qureshi excels. Her anger and her fear, her vulnerability, her passions, and her final will to survive. Everything puts you in the present world, letting you connect with her. It is almost as if she becomes the audience, a first-person character in a video game. She's a person who's been living in a bubble of her own privilege, unaffected by the world's pain and horrors, until finally the world comes knocking on her door and everything turns around. Another impeccable character is actor Siddharth, who plays a labor camp guard in the show. Now, actor Siddharth is a person who shows a character who's trying really hard to perform his duties, but he can't help but question the things that are happening around him. He's hard and stern, but you also can't help but notice the kind eyes that he gives Shalini. In fact, it is his relationship with Shalini that grows over the period that finally forms the crux of the show. Can two people bring down a tyranny? The show will answer your question. Another person who must be commended is Arif Zakaria, who plays Guruma in the show, the person who trains all the detainees in these purification camps. His presence is so unnerving that at times you as an audience will feel uncomfortable. Now that's excellent if you ask me. While the makers of the show may claim otherwise, gender violence, incidents of oppression, caste discrimination, state surveillance, and other small details like people hiding pictures of Gandhi, well, you can relate this to the developments in the country right now and overall the world. Religion and government have merged into one in the show. The patriarchal world is pushing the downtrodden further down. People are murdering for water. I mean, there are actual ATMs in the show to dispense water. There's untouchability, weird, wild things that we are trying to run away from, but the show brings them back to you, showing you how possible it is for them to return. Family members in the show turn against each other to prove their loyalty to the state. There's a sense of fear in the air. You can't help but notice it, and the thrilling direction. With all of these things happening in the show, you can't help but draw parallels to the realities of the world today. Naturally then, the show forces you to think about what is right and wrong, what a discriminative, totalitarian society like this can actually turn our country into, or the world overall. This is a caveat like never before, which is why I don't think that you should miss this show.